This past Tuesday, May 22nd, 2012, residents and council were all ears as the city received an honest presentation from management partners who discussed the City of Inglewood's 5-year financial forecast. CC3, Council adopted Resolution 12-59, amending the 2011-2012 fiscal year budget to pay expenses from the Sanitation Fund balance reserves in the amount of $265,000 for sanitation and solid waste service operations. Consent Calendar 4. Staff extended the waste hauler negotiations with Consolid Disposal Services until June 19, 2012. CC6. Council approved an agreement in the amount of $200,000 with Access Community Housing Incorporated for the Neighborhood Stabilization Program. CC8. Staff approved an agreement in the amount of $85,000 with the Inglewood Unified School District to provide lunches for the free summer lunch program from June 20 of 2012 through August 31st, 2012. SPH1. Staff set a public hearing to consider the 2008 through 2014 Draft Housing Element General Plan Amendment 12-01 of the Inglewood General Plan for June 5, 2012 at 7 p.m. CM1. Management Partners is a professional management consulting firm specializing in helping government leaders improve their operations, and they've provided the city with a very in-depth look at our 5-year financial forecast.
Inglewood, like most cities and other local and state governments in California, and in fact nationwide, has experienced an unprecedented decrease in revenues as a result of the Great Recession, which began in fiscal 07-08. In the meantime, however, expenditures have continued to rise, and the result is that Inglewood, as well as many other people, is experiencing a structural imbalance, which means that recurring expenditures will exceed recurring revenues without corrective action. First, the city adopted a deficit elimination plan and a budget for 10-11 that included revenue enhancements and reductions to personnel costs and operations and maintenance expenses. Then in 2012, it adopted a workforce reduction plan, and in total, through those two things, the city eliminated 121 full-time and 27 part-time positions. At the end of the next 5 years, which is 16 and 17, total revenue was projected to be $84.3 million, which represents an average growth rate of just over 2.1 annually for the next 5 years. So that's good news that the revenue is recovering. However, during the 9-year period between 08-09 and 16-17, revenues will have been lower each year than expenditures, while costs will continue to rise. And existing revenue sources will not fill the gap, or will not grow to fill the gap. In other words, the city can't grow its way out of the structural deficit with its existing revenues. But the city used $36.6 million in one-time resources, meaning the reserves, to cover expenses that exceeded revenues in the last 4 budget years, and this has affected the city's ability to handle unanticipated fiscal challenges that could arise in the future. So, for example, any one major issue or unexpected downturn in revenues would probably exceed the available remaining reserves, your savings account. To achieve financial stability, sustainability, and avert a financial crisis, Inglewood will need to take bold, decisive action to implement permanent changes in its cost structure. And these actions may be difficult, will be difficult, but are necessary to restore the city to a state of fiscal health and put it on a firm foundation for the foreseeable future. And if it's any help at all, you're not alone. But you've already proven that you can take some very decisive action, and these are the kinds of things that need to occur.
CC10. Staff adopted Resolution 12-62, offering a reward up to $25,000 for any information leading to the identification, apprehension, and conviction of the person or persons responsible for the death of Frederick Martin, an Inglewood resident who gave his life to protect his son from gunfire on April 3, 2012. For more detailed information, log on to www.cityofinglewood.org. Click on the How Do I tab. Scroll down to View City Council Agendas. Scroll down one more time to the City Council date that you're looking for. Double click, download it to your computer, and you're all set to go.